Oh, you thought Atlanta was calm this week? Think again because I just went nuclear. I'm talking DEFCON 1 meltdown, the kind of explosion that makes Kanye's rants look like meditation tapes. When Charleston White came for King Harris, T.I.'s own flesh and blood, the entire internet stopped breathing for a second. What started as a petty online jab just turned into a full-blown street thriller that's louder than a Lil Jon adlib and messy than a Zeus Network reunion.c. Charleston didn't just talk trash. He crossed the sacred ATL line, the one that says you can clown a rapper, but you don't come for his kid. And tip? He wasn't having it. The man went off like his name was Thermostat Harris. Now social media's on fire. Instagram lives, Clubhouse rants, leaked D-Miz. It's a digital battlefield. Fans are screaming, "Protect King Harris at all costs," while Charleston's doubling down like he's auditioning for the villain role in Power. Atlanta edition. And trust me, what's brewing behind the scenes is darker, deeper, and way more dangerous than anyone expected. So buckle up, because this isn't just a feud. This might be the moment the streets remind everyone who really runs Atlanta. Let's rewind this chaos before Atlanta implodes. Because if you blinked for even 2 seconds, you probably missed the moment Charleston White turned his camera on, opened that mouth, and single-handedly declared war on one of hip-hop's royal families. It all started with what Charleston does best, running his mouth like he's getting paid per syllable. He hopped on live and decided that out of all the people in the world, the one he needed to roast was King Harris. Yeah, T.I.'s son. The same King Harris who was practically born on a tour bus with a diamond pacifier and a security team before he could walk. Charleston starts going off, calling King soft, spoiled, street confused. Basically saying the boy's been playing thug in front of cameras but wouldn't last 2 minutes in a real hood. Now, Charleston's made a career out of trolling rappers, but coming for someone's kid? That's like walking into a lion's den wearing barbecue sauce as cologne. Within minutes, social media lit up like 4th of July in Bankhead. Screenshots flying, reaction videos multiplying faster than Nick Cannon's family tree. Fans were screaming, "Oh no, he didn't." And even Boosie was allegedly like, "Yeah, that man got a death wish." Because here's the thing about T.I., the man's not just a rapper. He's a TL royalty. He's the same dude who went from the trap to the charts, from prison time to podcasting prime time. He's got pull in places most people don't even know exist. So when Charleston decided to talk reckless about King Harris, it wasn't just drama. It was disrespect on a historic scale. And when you disrespect the Harris name, you might as well light your own career on fire and upload it to YouTube. So T.I. goes live. Looking calm at first, you know that kind of quiet anger where you can feel the storm coming. He's pacing, breathing deep, doing that signature T.I. vocabulary thing like expeditiously. This gentleman has overexerted his insolence beyond comprehension. Translation: I'm about to tear this man up. Then boom, he snaps. No filter. No PR script, no "we'll handle this privately." He's like, "You talk about my son, I'm gonna show you what real men do." The internet lost its mind. Twitter turned into a digital boxing ring. Memes started dropping like mixtapes. One meme had Charleston's face on a milk carton with "missing after talking about King Harris" written across it. The comment sections? A battlefield. Half the crowd yelling, "T.I. protect your family," and the other half eating popcorn going, "Nah, let them fight it out like it's the Source Awards 2.0. But underneath all the chaos was a bigger issue: generational tension. Charleston White represents the old school talk tough, act wild generation, the ones who grew up when respect was life or death. King Harris represents the social media era, flashing money on Instagram, living like the internet is his playground. When those worlds collided, sparks flew like Atlanta traffic in a thunderstorm. Now Charleston didn't stop there. Oh no, he doubled down like a man trying to get banned from Atlanta permanently. He started tagging T.I. in every post, daring him to pull up. "You think you tough? Come see me." He said like T.I. doesn't have half the city in his phone contacts. Then, rumors started swirling, whispers of T.I.'s people moving in silence. You know, the type of talk that makes TMZ start circling the block with drones. Folks claimed some street figures from the old Bankhead days weren't too happy with Charleston's mouth either. Meanwhile, King Harris, caught in the middle of all this, tried to play it cool. But the kid's pride was wounded. He posted a few cryptic stories like, "Y'all gon' stop playing with me and keep my name out your old heads' mouths." You could almost feel the tension dripping off the screen. T.I., though, wasn't about to let his son fight this alone. He's seen too much, done too much, and lost too much to let a YouTube troll disrespect his bloodline. Insiders claim Tips started making calls, quiet ones, strategic ones, because while Charleston's busy live streaming from his car, T.I. allegedly has lawyers, PR teams, and street ties all working the same chessboard. Every TL gossip page caught fire. T.I. versus Charleston White, is it up? King Harris targeted an online beef. Charleston White playing with fire. The headlines read like previews for a new season of Love and Theo. Hip Hop, Atlanta, Rapper Edition. And just when it seemed like things couldn't get any hotter, Charleston decided to push the envelope further. He brought up old T.I. scandals, the ones everyone forgot about until now. You know Charleston's formula: insult, provoke, repeat. He talked about T.I.'s legal past, his family life, even his wife Tiny. He wanted smoke and he got it. Within hours, the video hit millions of views. The YouTube comment section turned into a full-blown sociology class. This man's begging for a lawsuit. He's just jealous. This is a TL versus internet energy. By now, even people who don't follow rap were tuned in. It became mainstream news, morning radio, gossip blogs, reaction podcasts. And you know it's serious when your mama sends you a Facebook post saying, "Did you hear about T.I. and that man Charleston?" The internet can smell blood, and this feud smelled like primetime chaos. Every hour, a new clip dropped, T.I. in one video, Charleston in another, both going back and forth like heavyweight trash talkers. Fans picked sides. Some said Charleston was keeping it real. Others said T.I. was standing on business. But everyone agreed this wasn't your regular rap beef. This was personal. By the end of the week, Atlanta was split down the middle. Some folks said, "It's all internet talk, nobody's gonna do nothing." Others said, "You don't play with people's kids in this city." And in Atlanta, when people start whispering like that, it usually means something's about to go down. But see, this wasn't just T.I. defending his son. This was a man defending his legacy. Charleston poked at more than just King Harris. He poked at T.I.'s entire identity as a father, a man, and a legend of the South. And if there's one thing the King of the South won't tolerate, it's someone publicly trying to dethrone his family. And now everyone's waiting. Every tweet, every post, every live stream feels like it could be the spark that lights the fuse. Nobody knows if this is going to cool down or explode. And somewhere deep in the heart of Atlanta, people are saying one thing: if T.I. really snaps, Charleston better not be in the city limits when it happens. Because this isn't just inert beef anymore. This is pride, legacy, and street code colliding in real time, and it's about to get ugly. Now, if you thought that was wild, oh no. Baby, we're just getting started. Because after T.I. blew up on Live, Charleston White decided to do what Charleston always does when the world's telling him to stop. He doubles down harder than gas prices in July. The man went full cartoon villain mode. He's on Live with sunglasses on, chewing sunflower seeds like he's narrating his own hood documentary. "I said what I said," he yells. T.I. raised that boy to be soft. Bro sounded like he was auditioning to be the Joker of YouTube. The comments section turned into a digital riot. Some people laughed, others clutched their pearls, and the rest just typed, "Brr, you finna die for clout." Charleston didn't care. He was making new clips every few hours, each one crazier than the last. One day he's threatening to press charges, the next he's daring T.I. to meet him like a man. He even said, "Bring that boy too," referring to King Harris. That's when the internet officially lost its collective mind. Every meme page in existence started cooking. You had one meme showing T.I. in a royal crown captioned, "When the king defends the prince." Another had Charleston's face photoshopped on a caution sign, "Proceed with clownery. Consequences ahead." Twitter was more divided than a Thanksgiving table after politics. Then celebrities jumped in, because nothing fuels a feud faster than famous people throwing gasoline. Boosie hopped online talking about, "Man, this whole thing crazy. But Charleston need to chill before someone make him a hashtag." Academics was live tweeting like he was commentating the Super Bowl of street beefs. Even 50 Cent slid in with a post that simply said, "Y'all better call security." You know it's serious when 50 turns into the voice of reason. And 50 turns into the voice of reason. Meanwhile, King Harris wasn't just sitting quiet. The boy's young, but he's got his daddy's fire. He started dropping subliminals left and right. "Don't play with me, I'm not my pop's little boy no more," he wrote, followed by a photo flexing with a crew that looked ready for war. Fans were screaming, "King said it's up." Tia tried to calm things down publicly, but behind the scenes, that's where the whispers got loud. Everyone from Atlanta bloggers to anonymous sources started saying the same thing. "I ain't talking online no more." But that man's making moves. Some even claimed people from the old Grand Hustle days were stepping in. Others said Charleston started getting mysterious calls, not threats, just eerie silence on the line. "You know, that we know where you at, big bro," kind of silence. But Charleston? He treated it like an encore. Every new threat just gave him more content. The man's doing interviews, podcasts, late-night streams, milking the feud like it's a Netflix series. He starts pulling receipts, talking about King's run-ins with the law. T.I.'s old cases, basically hitting every nerve possible at this point. The internet split into factions like it's Avengers. Atlanta War, Team Tip versus Team Troll. Some said T.I. should have ignored it, that Charleston feeds on attention. Others said, "Nah, that man crossed the line. You talk about a man's son, you're asking for heat." And the rest? They're just here for the drama. Eating popcorn like it's Power Season finale night. Then came the twist no one saw coming. Charleston dropped a video claiming he called the police on T.I. Yes, you heard right. The same dude who talks street suddenly holding up paperwork like, "Yup, I filed a report. I fear for my life." The internet exploded. People said he was trying to turn real beef into a legal circus. From gangster to 911 caller, this man evolving in reverse. One tweet said and while Charleston's ranting about being a law-abiding citizen, T.I. posted a cryptic message. Some things you can't talk your way out of. Some lessons come with a receipt. The internet read that and went, "Oh, it's about to go down." Atlanta started buzzing. Every barbershop, studio, and club had the same conversation. Y'all heard what Tip said? He done had enough. Even the local DJs started playing T.I.'s old tracks like Bring Him Out and What You Know, just to set the mood, but this beef wasn't just about words anymore. It became symbolic. It was culture versus chaos. T.I. represents that Southern pride, that raise your kids with morals but keep one foot in the streets just in case. Charleston? He's chaos wrapped in clickbait. He's what happens when you give an internet troll a megaphone and no fear of consequences, and yet the people kept watching. Because deep down, everybody loves a train wreck when it's not their train. This feud had all the ingredients: family, legacy, clout, and danger. It made reality TV look like a church picnic. But let's be real, this also exposed something bigger about hip-hop today. The line between online beef and real-world danger is paper thin. Charleston's antics blurred it completely. When you keep poking lions, eventually you stop trending and start missing. Still, Charleston kept running his mouth. "I'm untouchable," he said. "They ain't gonna do nothing." And maybe he believed that, until one night, his car windows mysteriously got shattered after a show. No one took credit, no witnesses, no cameras. Just a quiet reminder that Atlanta never forgets. Now, was it connected? Nobody knows. But social media sure acted like it was divine justice. Hashtags like #DONT_play-with-Tip started trending, while Charleston uploaded another video saying he wasn't scared. You could see the tension in his eyes. Though that mix of ego and fear that comes before the storm. The more he talked, the more the city whispered. Atlanta runs on quiet codes, and every time Charleston went live, the silence in the background got louder. Fans started turning it into a legend. T.I. versus Charleston White, ATL Civil War. You had people joking that Tyler Perry should turn it into a movie. But under the laughter, everyone felt it. This could go left at any second. It wasn't just about fame anymore. It was about fatherhood, respect, and survival. T.I. wasn't just clapping back for views. He was defending the idea that you can't drag a man's bloodline for entertainment. And now, the whole internet was waiting to see who would blink first, the king of the South, or the king of controversy, but neither man was blinking. Both were locked in, proud, stubborn, and too deep to back out. And when pride's driving the car, crashes aren't accidents, they're destiny. By this point, The air in Atlanta was thicker than Waffle House. Greece at 3 a.m., the feud had gone beyond clout chasing and way past internet trolling. It had become folklore. Every corner from Bankhead to Buckhead was buzzing like, "Yo, did you hear what T.I. said this morning?" Even the old heads at the barbershop were pulling out their reading glasses, scrolling through Instagram trying to decode T.I.'s captions like they were ancient hieroglyphics of vengeance. But T.I.? He'd gone radio silent. That's when everyone got nervous. Because when the King of the South stops talking, it means the chessboard's already being rearranged. You could feel the calm before the storm energy all over the city. Meanwhile, Charleston White kept posting like he was bulletproof, recording videos in different cars every other day like a man running from karma with a camera crew. Then the moment hit. A clip dropped online that changed everything. Someone caught Charleston in a heated argument outside a club. You couldn't see much, but you could hear it. Voices yelling, "Keep that same energy," followed by what sounded like chaos. The video was blurry, grainy, chaotic, the kind of footage that TMZ dreams about. And within minutes, it went viral. The captions were wild. Charleston White finally gets pressed after coming for T.I. ATL streets spin back for King Harris. It was like watching a rumor turn into a revolution in real time. Nobody could confirm who was there, but the streets didn't care. The narrative had been written, the ATL had handled business. I never said a word about that clip. No post, no denial, no confirmation. Just silence, the kind of silence that screams louder than a diss track. And that's when the internet went full conspiracy mode. You had YouTubers breaking down every second of that clip like it was the Zapruder film. "If you slow it down right here, that's clearly someone from Tip's old crew," one said. "Nah, that's edited, deep fake," said another. Everyone became a detective overnight, but deep down people didn't care if it was real or fake. They wanted to believe it was real. Because nothing satisfies social media like revenge that feels poetic. The bully finally getting humbled, the father silently avenged. The city protecting its prince, it was Shakespeare with iPhones. Charleston, of course, wasn't backing down, but the tone had changed. The man who once screamed into the mic like a preacher at a revival now sounded cautious. He posted a video claiming, "I ain't scared, but I'm smarter now." The internet translated that as, "He's terrified but still wants views." Meanwhile, King Harris reappeared online looking calm, even smug. "Respect my name," he said. "Ain't nobody gonna play with me or my family." Fans flooded his comments like, "That's right, young king." The narrative flipped. King Harris went from being seen as a spoiled rapper's son to being viewed as a kid who stood tall under fire. The streets might not have crowned him yet, but they respected the energy. Behind the scenes, though, the damage was done. Brands that once flirted with Charleston's shock factor started pulling away. Podcasts stopped inviting him. Nobody wanted that smoke. "We good on Charleston" became the industry phrase of the month. His shock value empire started crumbling faster than an Instagram model's relationship after tax. SEASONTI, on the other hand, came out looking like the calm general, the man who didn't need to say much because everyone already knew what time it was. His silence became power. And that's the irony of the internet age. Sometimes saying nothing is louder than shouting. But the real twist? The beef had ripple effects no one expected. It reignited debates about hip-hop parenting, fame, and what it means to raise your kids in the industry. Every commentator suddenly became Dr. Phil. Some said, "T.I. did right, he stood on family." Others said, "He failed by even entertaining the nonsense." Everyone had an opinion, but one thing was clear. The Harris name was trending harder than any mixtape drop. It's trending harder than any mixtape drop. Even mainstream news jumped in. CNN ran a think piece about online feuds and fatherhood. Fox News called Charleston a symptom of hip-hop toxicity. Meanwhile, social media turned it into a meme war with T.I. wearing a crown, King Harris standing tall, and Charleston photoshopped in a toy police car yelling, "I'm pressing charges." Still, T.I. wasn't celebrating. Sources close to him said he was furious that things ever got this far. That's the tragic comedy of it. A man trying to protect his family gets dragged into the circus he was trying to avoid. But that's what happens when the internet becomes the stage and pride becomes the script. By now, the feud wasn't even about Charleston anymore. It became a mirror, showing everyone how quickly the line between entertainment and danger disappears. One moment, it's jokes and memes. The next, people are ducking cameras and locking doors. The View's economy doesn't care who bleeds. As long as the algorithm eats dot, and yet in the wreckage of the chaos, T.I. stood taller. He didn't need to post victory videos or throw subliminals. The city spoke for him. Atlanta made it clear, you can talk wild about rappers all day long, but when you come for someone's kid, that's where the game stops. The message was sent loud and clear. Even Charleston, deep down, got it. He might still post, still joke, still troll, but the sparkle in his taunts was gone. He'd felt the smoke. He'd tasted the consequences. And while the internet might forget, the streets, they remember everything. By the end of the month, the beef had cooled down, at least on the surface. But that's the thing about a TL drama. It never really dies. It just hides in the shadows until someone says the wrong name again. And if you listen closely, you can still hear that echo in the culture. T.I.'s warning, King Harris' pride, Charleston's downfall. It's the sound of respect being redefined in the digital age. Because in a world where everyone talks tough online, it's still the quiet ones who move the loudest dot, and there you have it. The digital brawl that made the internet stop scrolling. Drop their phones and whisper, yo, this ain't no prank. T.I. defended his son like a lion protecting his cub. Charleston White played with fire like a man allergic to peace and the streets of Atlanta. They reminded everyone that some names are better left unmentioned. But the craziest part? This isn't even the finale, it's just the intermission. Because if history's taught us anything, it's that ego, pride, and Wi-Fi never mix. So don't be surprised if Charleston drops another rant or if T.I. pulls a quiet power move that breaks the internet all over again. This saga's got more sequels than Fast and Furious, except instead of car chases, we've got clout chasers, and let's be real, nobody tells stories like this channel. We don't do boring. We do explosive. We dig into the mess, the mayhem, and the madness behind your favorite headlines. Because while the blogs chase clicks, we chase truth with attitude. So do me a favor, smash that like button like it owes you child support. Drop your wildest theory in the comments because you already know this story ain't done yet. And if you're new here, hit subscribe and turn those notifications on. Because the next scandal might drop before Charleston finishes his next live. This is where receipts get pulled, secrets get exposed, and legends get tested. Stay locked in, stay dramatic. And remember, in the world of hip-hop chaos, the only thing louder than a diss track is the truth. I'm your host, signing off, where the gossip glows hotter than a TL asphalt in July. This is Trend Tattle.